Alright, what's up YouTube? It's your boy, Mike Maxis.
Solo Jolo, most certainly.
Most certainly, most definitely, we in the building today. We are reacting to part 2.
Alright, the follow-up.
The follow-up.
To Stop Killing Games. This is part 2. He's released another video.
And, so, when you're watching this video, the first video that we watched should be up. So, yeah, if you haven't watched that one, go watch that one. Then come back so you at least get the context.
Because I imagine this is either going to be pushing, reaffirming or furthering a conversation here. So you're probably going to want to even understand what's happening. Yeah, you're probably going to want to watch the
We're definitely not going to be repeating.
Double back on that first one. Come back to this one. You know how it is.
We're definitely not going to be repeating stuff. At least not on purpose.
We won't try. We try not to.
Yeah, we'll try not to. But yeah, well, without further ado, let's
just go.
Let's go ahead and go with this video. Let's get it started.
Hi, my name is Jason Thorhall, also known as Pirate Suffer, and the other day I put out a video called Stop Killing Games, saying why I would not support the initiative. Overall, it was actually quite positive. The analytics on it show that people really think it's a good idea. There's a huge amount of like ratio, and I received hundreds of comments from developers thanking me for putting it out because they can't speak publicly while they're at a business or a job elsewhere. A lot of the times, major companies will fire you if you are speaking out of turn and cause a PR disaster for those companies. And since this is such a popular thing among players, most devs aren't going to say anything to you. So I am. So let's discuss the most common requirement of the initiative, which is games have to be left in a functional, playable state. Now, what happens if that game is a online-only live service game? Well, if you want that to stay in a functional, playable state, that means the devs have to release either server binaries or somehow carve off the game to be a single-player experience now. Some way to keep it functional and playable, right? Now, many of you are requesting, yes, I should get the server binaries so that I can go and make private servers for this. But that doesn't make a lot of sense in the real world. And the reason why is because it leaves developers open to abuse. So let's explore that a little bit. Let's say that you made your own video game, and you made a live service game. Maybe it's an MMO, maybe it's something else, right? And let's say that I want to monetize that game, but you don't allow monetization of the game by any other party. This makes sense because most creators don't allow for that. You can't just take someone else's art and profit off of it. Normal, right? So then I go, well, how am I going to force you to do this? Under this initiative, you would have to release the server binaries or keep the game in a functional, playable state at end of life. So I hit you with a ton of bots. I hit you with a ton of exploits. I attack your...
There's bots everywhere.
I mean, say this happens.
This
happens way more than you would really think. Like I know, probably the most infamous is the TF2. You couldn't.
Oh my god!
You actually just couldn't load any game on any server anywhere without it basically being full of bots. But this happens a lot. This happens a lot of different places. It's like almost. I feel like almost every game I play that's online has at some point or another had a bot problem. Even Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, this
playing against bots on YouTube.
The people make bots. It's crazy. It's a problem everywhere. These are real problems. I can personally attest to these. It's real. This is real.
Well, you know what? We have a bot problem on League of Legends too. Because they'll literally put bots that'll literally be in the game and they won't do nothing but run it down. They'll just walk straight down the lane and die over and over. So now, not only is it a 4v5, you are constantly feeding the enemy team gold. They're at now a consistent gold advantage because this one motherfucker is running. Now, granted, once the game goes on, it's gonna be worth less gold, but that won't matter because if there's only one person on the enemy team that's constantly killing them, he's constantly at a gold advantage from your other I'm pretty sure you people at home that play the game can personally attest to running into either players performing exploits or bot problems. I can personally attest to it. These do hurt games permanently. It does do permanent stains on games. It does. It really unrelated. The next video we gotta watch, unrelated sidebar. Speaking just things hurting games. Destiny is apparently dead, so we're gonna watch that.
Right. Okay.
Gotta watch that video next.
The Destiny ones y'all going through a lot. You're right, but let's hold that out. We'll
pin in that. Pin in that.
Put a pin in that, people.
Pin in that.
You'll see that sometime.
Next video.
Right.
But yeah, let's continue with this. He's spitting so far. Again.
Your community. I destroy your Reddit. I go after your business. I go everywhere that I possibly can to make this cost as much as it possibly can for you. And it's not hard to do this. We saw the exact same thing happen in TF2 recently. The massive amount of bots that were attacking the game. This is not infeasible. This is something that is very easily attainable today. And let's say that this goes on long enough that your game dies because you can't afford it anymore, and your studio has to shut down. At end of life, you now have to release those server binaries to keep the game in a functional playable state. At which point I take those, I create a private server, and I monetize it. And some people have said, well, simply don't allow monetization of the server. Well, who's going to enforce that? If you want a government initiative to enforce that, that means the government has to build a registry of all of those games and all of that intellectual property that shouldn't be monetized, and then somehow enforce that with no one owning it because those studios have shut down. That's going to be a massive burden. On top of that, if you want to go the other route and say the company has to go and control it, well, what if the company's not around anymore? Is that just able to be monetized now? Again, this was obtained through abuse of the original creator. I don't think that's a good route. And this scenario gets even worse if you do allow monetization, because now I can just kill off your company and then monetize the server and no one will ever come after me. Now it's even more of a problem. So allowing monetization of this work is strictly worse. And for those of you out there that say, oh, this can be done right now, I could just destroy your studio and take your stuff anyway. You could, but this allows a route for it to be legal to do so. That's the problem.
You're going to prison. You're going to prison if you do that.
Yeah, right now that's illegal to do. It's the only reason it doesn't happen constantly. Like I'm pretty sure multiple games would have had this happen if it was fucking legal, but it's not. It's not legal right now. Most definitely. Yeah. With something like this, this technically would make it legal, wouldn't it? That's crazy. That's crazy to think about.
This would piss me off. I go find that guy who started this and kill him. That's what crazy. I would do. That's exactly what I would do. There'd be no suing. No, I can't afford to sue. I done lost everything. You done ruined everything that I had.
Ruined my favorite experiences.
The fuck what?
That's crazy.
Guess what, brother? IP addresses are real easy to trace.
So people get their IP leaked all the time.
I'll find that guy. Whoever just this guy over here is getting found.
You gonna take my shit and monetize? Ooh. That's crazy. I'm
gonna find him and donate his body to science.
Look, let's go.
Not donate, sell him. Not sell his body to science.
I'm good. Drop him off.
Start a new company out of his body.
YouTube and Discord and Reddit and a bunch of other locations. I got a couple of takes back. We're going to start with the most extreme position and kind of go from there. So in the most extreme, people said live service games shouldn't exist at all, and the initiative will kill them off for good, and that's a good thing. Well, you don't get to define what players get to play or not play. You also shouldn't be able to get to define what developers build or don't build. You should not have creative control over the developers, and you should not have control over what is in my Steam library or on my phone.
And if you don't like live service games, don't fucking play them.
Live service games should not exist is a insanely terrible take. That is,
and it's a take of a 15-year-old.
Right. That is
no actual adult with an adult frontal lobe with an adult perspective would have that take. That's no, bro.
As an insane take, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm gonna play a live service game after this. After we
look, I'm finna go back in my room after this and play a live service game myself.
I'm finna go play League of Legends, and I'm finna not stream it, but I'm finna record it. You know what I'm saying?
That's insane. That's an insane take.
It's.
My ass mind numbing if somebody would actually even say that. It's totally believable somebody would say that too. People are really dumb. It's a really dumb take, but people are really dumb.
We can't.
I can believe that. Somebody said
the stuff Vosh be saying is like it's the median voter. Oh shit, that's some real median voter ass take right right there. But yeah, let's keep going. That was terrible.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I hope he rips that take a new one, because, like, what the hell?
It's insane.
Oh, that doesn't make any goddamn sense. Aside from that, the initiative does not purport to kill live service games. It would just make it incredibly difficult to build said games and add a lot of risk to it, which is why I'm bringing all of this up and why I don't support the initiative in the first place. A lot of people don't realize that this will slowly diminish live service games in the market, because it's not an incentive for us to build them anymore, which means you get less multiplayer live experiences. That sucks. I like live service games. I enjoy playing things like Final Fantasy XIV. I enjoy going and playing in games in the past, at least, like League of Legends. These are games that are live service. They require a live service to run, and you shouldn't be able to take that away from people. And if that's your only position on this, not only are you disingenuous in what the initiative is purporting to try to achieve, but you're also aggressively attacking other players instead of trying to fix something. So the next one...
You're also an idiot. You're also stupid.
You're also very dumb.
You're also very stupid. And I hate you.
And I personally don't like your...
Okay. You guys don't know a whole lot about us, and y'all gonna learn about us very soon, because we open books. We do not keep nothing from nobody. I am very principled when it comes to a lot of stuff. So look, my position is, you do whatever you want to do over there, and I'm going to do whatever I want to do over here. The moment you say, I can't do what I'm doing, and I know it's illegal, and I know it's legal within my right, and I ain't hurting nobody, you just don't like it and don't want me to do it, now we have an issue. Now, it's, for me, in my brain, this is how my brain works. I'm completely justified in absolutely hating you and wishing death upon you at that point. Because you are infringing on my very way of life. You want to take stuff, and that's how I feel across the board. It's like, I know that a lot of the things that I want to do, even if they're dangerous, would only be dangerous to me and would only affect me. Therefore, I don't want nobody taking away my right to do it.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
You don't want to get a tattoo, or you don't like tattoos, don't get tattoos. You can't tell me I can't get a fucking tattoo.
You don't get a tattoo. End of story.
You don't like porn, then don't watch it. You can't tell me I can't watch porn. I watch whatever the fuck I want to. It's my internet. It's my shit that I pay for. That's the other thing, bro. I pay money for this. You can't take... I'm finna get upset. I'm finna get upset. We're gonna continue.
Before he goes deeper on
is that this is about games preservation, and that it needs to happen to preserve these types of games for future generations and for everyone to always have forever. But I would argue that this isn't actually preserving these games. Social games, such as, let's say, Apex Legends, require a number of players to be in the match at the same time so that you can have an experience that is only able to be obtained through lots of players interacting. Right? It's a multiplayer game. You need a bunch of people. How many of you have felt negatively when an MMO dies or when a live service game dies? Oh, dead game. There's only 5 people online. Why would I play that? So why would you want to preserve a game in that state? That doesn't make any sense to me. You want to take down these live service games, put them up on a private server, and then play it with a couple of people. You're not bringing it back at its height. You're not taking a snapshot of what the game actually is. You're making it limp on in a way that doesn't make any sense. That's not preservation. And for those that may stop there and go, but private servers going to have a lot of players. Look at all the ones for World of Warcraft. Again, we talked about that. It opens up a route for abuse of the developers. So that is not a solution. And the last take that I got from this is, and it's the most reasonable to me, this is an initiative. It's not a law. Why are you upset? Just wait. I'm not going to wait. And the reason I'm not going to wait is because I see the start of this conversation not making sense. It's not including the actual developer side of the conversation. It's not showing the trials and problems that this could arise inside of the gaming industry for people who are actually making the games you play. I don't have any reason to be quiet about that. And many other developers aren't going to be able to speak on this. As I explained before, it's really easy to lose your job if you're working at a major studio and try to speak out of turn on something like this, especially with something people are so passionate about. Doesn't make any sense to stay quiet. And it also doesn't make any sense to wait until it's in a different form.
But what about all of the developers? I agree. But what about all the developers that have just got laid off? Shouldn't they be able to say some stuff? I mean, I don't know. I feel like if I want to develop, who recently just did with the layoff? Was that Bungie?
Yeah. Who we gonna talk about? Talk about later.
I know we put a pin in it, but this is related.
Destiny Bungie, they released a bunch of, it was like
we're gonna get into
a bunch of people earlier, then a second wave of people, there's a bunch of people laid off from Bungie.
We're gonna get to it, but if I'm one like the Bungie folks, I'm definitely talking about this. I'm sorry. Start a podcast, talk about it. That's what I'm doing.
Or when I see that it has so many problems with the language as it is currently written. I should be able to be talking about this. In fact, I should be talking about this. I am a content creator specifically that is a game developer that has worked in this industry for 20 years. This is my wheelhouse. This is what I do. So for those who are calling for me to just be silent and sit in the corner, no.
And also, he says no to y'all, I say go fuck yourself. You go be silent. You go sit down somewhere.
Right. You can go wait and silent and be sit down somewhere.
Who the fuck are you to tell somebody to be quiet on the internet?
Come on now.
Or what? What else? What?
That being said, I do think there's a consumer protection thing that we can fix here. It's just not really what the initiative is about. I think that if you're going to buy a live service game, you shouldn't be told you're buying the game. You shouldn't be told that you're purchasing the game. You should be told explicitly that you are purchasing a license to that game. The reason why is because that license needs to be revoked anytime that you are cheating at the game and damaging the play experience of other players. While this is written in the TOS and the EULA, it's usually not clearly defined at point of sale. Or they throw a giant TOS in front of you and it doesn't really do anything because people skip past it. If at point of sale it says specifically, there's specific language stating that you are either leasing or purchasing a license or anything along those lines, that you're not actually buying the game directly, I think it would go a long way to informing consumers of what they're doing and protect them from some of these business practices that they didn't realize they were engaging in. That makes a lot more sense to me than force all developers to leave the game in a functional, playable state. And that's about it. That's all I really wanted to talk about with this. I hope that's clarified some things for some of you and some of the dangers that this can cause as it is currently written. If you're still mad about this, not much I can do about it. Outside of that,
there's not much you need to do about it. Go ahead, be mad, dumbass.
Sit down to be mad somewhere, then, bro.
Yeah, you got to sit down. Look.
Go where everybody else goes on Twitter. Just stay there with it, because they know
exactly.
Ain't nothing you can do about it at that point.
Yet another video of Thor spitting.
Yeah, spitting. Well thought out.
Well thought out.
He doesn't even need to say he has 20 years of experience in the game and shit. You can hear it. You can hear it in how he breaks down stuff.
He used shapes, my nigga.
From a developer perspective, you can tell he has experience by just listening to him.
Boxes and X's, bro.
Yeah. Look, broke it down for you visually. Just in case you couldn't understand just off the words. He broke it down for you visually.
Even Asmongold should be able to understand.
Look at this. Okay, I get it.
He should be able to understand this. And what we're gonna do is, if he does put out a video, we're gonna react to that. Because if it's stupid, we're definitely gonna make fun of him for being stupid. Because that's gonna be fun. But yeah, guys, we appreciate y'all, joining us in this discussion. We can discuss further things down in the comments.
Most definitely.
Any other things regarding this or regarding,
go down the conversation.
Any other things you want us to discuss or watch, let us know, man.
Or if you just want to give your trash takes, hey.
Give us all the trash takes.
Look, is there to, the conversation
we're here for all the smoke.
The conversation is there. He seems very, just be wary. He seems very nice. He seems very like a nice person. We're not gonna be.
Let me tell you something.
He's not coming at you as nice as this guy.
We don't disable comments over here.
Nah. You're open to use it as you want to.
Go ahead, bro. Run our comments up.
Okay, it's your box too. Go ahead.
It's your box too.
It's your comment section too. Go ahead.
Go right ahead.
Come on.
But yeah, guys, we're gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.